Hi, what's up? This is going to be a quick tutorial about, an updated tutorial about the purple crystal wrong warp used in Dark Souls 80% speedruns. So, to start the things off, you're going to need three things for this. You're going to need, of course, the purple colored crystal, and you're also going to need a consumable. So in that case, I'm going to use the Estus flask, but it would work, for example, with gold pine resins or fire bombs or humanities, but yeah, Estus Flask is the best one to use for that. And you're gonna need a Dark Sign or a Homewood Bone, but the Dark Sign works just fine. And one of the important things is that you want them in that specific order. So you want the purple card crystal first, your consumable, and then the Dark Sign, because you're gonna do some menuing that makes things a bit easier if you have them in that order. I'm also filing because in order to get the wrong warp to work to get you to the kill, you need your last bonfire to be the Lord Vessel. So that's very important. The wrong warp happens depending on what your last bonfire is. So in order to wrong warp into the kiln, you need to have the Lord Vessel set as your last bonfire. So and from there you can go to the DLC and do the purple color crystal wrong warp in the DLC, but while having the dark sign, the bonfire set to Lord Vessel. And then when you're here, what you're gonna do is, so for this example, for practice first, I'm gonna use, if you want to practice this glitch, you can use the black separation crystal instead. In that way, it's a bit easier to practice because you won't get warped away when you get the item swap successfully. So I personally practice using the black separation crystal. So and I'm gonna use this ledge to walk off and hit the ground and do the item swap. So in case you're not completely familiar with it, item swap is a glitch that allows you to consume an item that is normally not consumable for you. So in that case, that's the black separation crystal. And in order to do that, we're gonna do something that is, we're gonna queue the usage of it by pressing X in order to get the shrug animation like that, because you cannot use it. And then you want to keep move it afterward like that. As long as you keep moving, it's gonna be queued. So I'm personally get there to that spot, and you want to queue it up, and then immediately switch to the Estus flask, and then you're gonna sprint up to that ledge. And at the moment that you fall off the ledge, like right before it, you want to toggle. So you want to have, like, it doesn't matter if you have a weapon in your hands or not, but you want to toggle in such a way that when you hit the ground, you're able to use the Estus flask ASAP. So the glitch is basically frame perfect. So I'm gonna try to do it. So you want to shrug, move, run off the edge, toggle, and then use the Estus flask on the frame that you hit the ground. So it's gonna be something like this. So this is one of the type of failure that can happen. If you do all the inputs correctly, and then you hit the ground and nothing happens, that means I pressed X to use the Estus flask too early. So I was in the air and the X didn't register. So there's basically three types of situation that can happen. There is, I'm going to try to mimic them. So this is the case where you're doing it too early like that. I did it obviously too early, so I hit the ground, nothing happened. And there's the case where you're too late. So you do all the inputs, you toggle, you hit the ground, and then you drink the S-disc, but nothing happens. In that case, that means you were too late. And what you're looking for is the sweet spot that is in the middle. So I'm gonna try again. Too early. This is you will see trying yourself that it's a pretty hard glitch to get consistently. You sprint, toggle, and hit the ground. So there's also something that honestly I don't really know why that happens, but it's something that we tend to call the vacuum slope. It's when you sprint up the slope, but you fall off instantly on the ground like that, which kind of mess up the setup. So I personally got that in my PB, and because of that, I had to get the wrong warp second try. But yeah, I don't really know exactly why it happened. But yeah, like that, exactly like that. It's, like, it depends on where you run. Like if you stop running, it's. So here we go. Here I got it. As you can see, no Phantom to send home. I actually successfully used the black separation crystal, but in that case it didn't say anything because well, I don't have any phantoms to send back. So you want to do the same thing with the purple carrot crystal. And this time, the only difference with the purple carrot crystal is that as soon as the message is going to pop up, so you're going to fall on, hit the ground, use the Estus, and then you want to switch the dark sign. And if you get the message to pop up, you want to use the dark sign ASAP. You want to do it before the purple carrot crystal warps you. That was too late, as you can see. Like if you know why you're doing what you're doing wrong, it's pretty easy then later to readjust. That was good. And now I switch to the dark sign and I use it. And because my last bonfire is the Lord Vessel, now I'm in the kiln. So that's how the wrong warp works. Hope that helps. And yeah, feel free to ask any questions in the comments if you have any, or you can tell me directly on the Spitzels Discord if you want any help.